Hi, welcome back to Ryan Campbell Soup to Nuts. Hi, today we're gonna be fitting up some intercooler piping. Yay! Coming right now.
You are tuned in to Ryan Campbell Soup to Nuts.
What do you want? Huh? 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 What are you doing here? Huh? Hey, how's it going? How's the wife and kids? So I'm going to be fitting up some intercooler piping. I got the intercooler piping temporarily, at least the few pieces I had to get refabricated. I did pick them up from Dynamic Performance, and so they basically, they made a whole new pipes, but they just tack welded it in place, so that way if, something's off a little bit, we can move it around a little, change some angles for you, or for me, for the car. I'm gonna be fitting up the that new. I'm also gonna fit up all the piping, really. I'm not gonna permanently install everything. The intercooler, I have to put the radiator support on, all that. But everything, I'm not even gonna tighten down super tight, and I'm just gonna kind of just hang it somewhat in place, just so that way I know for alignment purposes where everything's gonna sit, to see if everything lines up. So we're doing some good work on the good old 350Z twin turbo skis. So that's basically what this video is gonna be about. Some intercooler piping work. Do work, son. So I'm gonna start time-lapsing, putting all the crap back together. The front end, hopefully it'll go, a little bit quick, just because I'm not doing the permanent install. A lot of the parts, honestly, I still have to clean up anyway, so I'll do that later. Just to make them freshened up. I'm not even putting the radiator. I don't even have the new radiator yet. I have to order that. One of the fans got destroyed in the accident from the previous Z. For those of you who don't know, I had a previous 350Z that a lot of the parts for this car came off of, that I got in an accident with, and so the car got totaled out, and so basically stripped all that car off, put all the good crap on this car, and I'm also adding some new parts that I didn't have on the other car as well, so I'm also making it even a little bit nicer than the previous one was. But with all that being said, without further ado, I bring to you some time-lapse of me putting some crap back together. Let's go!
Turn up, let's go!
So, a little update. Got most of the pipes fitted up. Most of them fit pretty good. Having a problem with one. I might have to cut the spot welds and reposition and kind of get him to adjust the angles and the fitment type of situation. So we got, this is the charge pipe going up to the throttle body from the intercooler here. It seems to fit pretty good. I haven't tried to see, he marked out where he's going to put the blow-off valve flange. So I just want to kind of put the blow-off valve here and make sure there's no clearance issues. Might move that a little bit. That's just, making a mark. So we got that. We got this side are all pre-existing pipes, so I didn't have to do nothing. So, but they all fit perfectly fine. So we got this pipe here. I ain't tighten anything, but it's fitted up. Got got this pipe down here. I got it fitted up, but in order to hold it in place, I basically have to tighten the rubber clamp, or the clamp down on the rubber coupling, and then there's a bolt that goes through that hole that's it's an AC compressor bolt that it bolts onto. So I want to take that off right now. So I'll do that later. I just want to clean this up a little bit anyway. Moving on to the next part here. So I got the lower intake. This is this one here. I don't have the filter on it yet, but I got that all fitted up. It was a little bit tight in there. It's, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell. You can almost see like the red coupling down lower. That's where that's going. So that's pressed in there. I just don't have it tightened down, but it's in there and it fits. This one's the problem. It's two pieces. This is the top part, obviously. So this is going down, and then it's this piece here I'm having trouble with. So I might have to cut a couple of spot welds. See the spot welds here and on the other side, because it might have to change the angles a little bit to try to get it fit up. So I'm going to have to put a little work in on this piece here. Obviously I did get the intercooler temporarily put in place, so I don't have that tightened down, but it's sitting where it's going to sit. So I have to work on this piece a little bit and see how things go. I'm hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. I'm hoping for the best, and just hoping again. Well, why? Just keep the hope floating. Hope floats, right? Doesn't it? I don't know. I've never thrown it in the water, so I'm not an expert on that, situation, that phrase. Yeah, I don't know. What do I know? Hey, what do I know there, Bubby? Hey, Bubby. As you can see, I also put the intake plenum. I ain't bolted on or anything. I just put it in place just for alignment issues. That's it. So this isn't bolted in yet, but it will be at some point in time. So I'll do a little work on this piece down here. I don't know if I'm gonna time lapse it or not, but I'll probably just start doing a little bit and then figure out, and then I'll either come back, do video, or I'll set up time lapse. I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, I'll put a little fun little montage here for you, showing the intercooler piping lined up on the ground or something. I don't know, something a little bit sexy for you. I'm gonna bring sexy back, baby. Things happen, and changes have to be made. That's the way the cookie crumbled. Oh well, so be it. So I kind of basically figured out the one pipe I couldn't get fit. I have to get them to kind of fabricate a little extra piece to kind of change the direction a little bit. I'll show you in a second. Right, where is it? Right here, this guy. So I basically made kind of like a template and taped it to the pipe, as you can kind of see here. So where my thumb is, it fits tight, but so the angle needs to change, so it needs to go out wider here. And you know what? Give me a second, please, por favor, and I'll put this on there and give you a good look. How would you like a good look? Hold on a second. Thank you, I appreciate you sticking around while you gave me a second. Alright, so this is the pipe I was having trouble with. There's basically two pieces. It's a two-piece section that goes from the turbo. This is the charge pipe from the turbo to the intercooler you see here. And this is the lower section of it. So basically, if this cardboard wasn't here, you would be seeing like an inch gap or something like that. But it's kind of hard to hold it in place with one hand. But basically, over here, it's basically touching. And here, if I was holding it with two hands, I'll hold it kind of tightened in place. It would be fairly tight here. Once it's all fabricated and welded up, obviously there'd be no gap. But basically, so he kind of has to make like a little bit of a pie cut, add like a little bit of a pie cut here to change the angle. Otherwise, this pipe here will kind of be it would be kicked over in this direction. It wouldn't go, straight into the intercooler. It would be like that. So, we have to do this basically a pie cut to kind of, basically the pipe would be going like that, so to turn it a little bit like that. So that's what has to happen there. And then here, what angle you want to see it at, but you probably want to see it at every angle, don't you? This is the intake for the turbo. So there's going to be a cone filter. I'll show you on the other side what I got. But there's going to be a cone filter here. So basically it's this has to turn like 180 degrees because it's pushing the filter like straight out into like the wheel well here, as you can see. And I kind of want to push it like towards like the front bumper. This is kind of where the front bumper would be. So if this is like 180 degrees and like kind of kicked, instead of kicked towards the wheel well, if it was, rotated 180 degrees, it would be kicked more towards the front bumper. So that, other than that, it's, it looks pretty good and it fit up pretty well. It's tight to get in here to work regardless, but it does fit pretty well. It just needs to be kicked 180 degrees so it's not going towards the tire, going towards the front bumper. And then we got up here. This is for a vacuum line. So this, you can see, is going right into the frame rail. And there's I don't know if I'll be able to even get the hose on or not. Or if I do get the hose, it'll be severely kinked and might cause vacuum issues. So I just marked out where to move it over to, or to add a new one, or cut this, move it. I don't know exactly, but whatever's easiest, I'm not the metal fabricator, but I know, it needs to move over a little bit so that way it'll sit properly, it won't hit anything. And then let's keep moving. This is the cone filter I was talking about that I'm going to have for the other side. I'm probably going to get two new ones because this did get slightly dented too. But the other one got completely annihilated. Annihilated! So I'm going to have to get two new cone filters, but that's basically the same thing that's going to be on the other side. This is the intake for the driver's side. All that was the passenger side. Now, the charge pipe here, coming from the intercooler, going up to the throttle body, into the engine, into the intake manifold. He has taped on here. I know it's hard to see from this angle, and the tapes kind of cover it, but basically there's a flange. I guess it's called a flange. Basically, there's a flange here for this guy, for the MAF sensor. I got the uprev MAF sensor here, so this will basically slide into the flange, and then there's two screws that will hold it into place. So we got this, and then this is the wire here that connects to it, so we won't have any issues. So that's in a pretty good location. It's not gonna, there's plenty of clearance here, there's clearance here, so there's no clearance issues, and the wire reaches okay, so that's good. And then over here, my boy Alan from Dynamic Performance, he's the one doing all his fabricating, by the way. Check him out. Does good work. Good guys. But over here, you can see, I know the shininess is messing with it a little bit, but you can kind of see the red mark he made, a red circle with an X in it. This is where he's going to put the flange for the blow-off valve here, for this guy. So this will fit trying to eyeball things here. basically right about there. So it'll fit right about there. So there's no clearance issues. It's free of the headlight buckets, not, you know, close to the strut tower area. There's nothing below it. So this is a good spot. The vacuum line will come right into here. There's plenty of room for the vacuum line to come in and to route into here. So that shouldn't be an issue. And we should be good to go. So I just have to get basically... This is only tack welded on anyway. He only has 2 tacks, so he'll just cut the 2 tacks off and then just flip this 180 degrees and then weld the whole thing. And then here, I guess he'll make like a little bit of a pie cut and then weld the pie cut in between this. This was tacked together, and I did untack it. I did cut it with the good old angle grinder there. So I did cut the tacks off and line it up. I did make 2 marks here. Where it's going to go, and I did the same thing on the inside, so that way he knows exact exact alignment of the situations. So that's the guy. That's the good old girl, good old intercooler, good to go. All right. I just said all right, just in case you didn't make out that word. Just, you know, just keeping you posted. So basically, you just saw the piping. I have to take back to Dynamic Performance. Get Alan, my boy over there, get him to weld up everything and to make, you know, the few adjustments and add that little pie cut. You know, to change the angle a little bit. I already went all this stuff with you. If you're not following me at this point, just hit the rewind button or, you know, skip backwards. So I gotta take that stuff back. I'll probably do that in a next day or two. When I get time, I'll shoot over there. So next video coming up for your viewing pleasure is I got, and this already have it in the garage here, a big brown box that you might have caught a glimpse of. I'm sorry, I have my Tourette's is acting up tonight. I apologize. It's it ain't working right. So I got the bumper here for the KBD rear bumper. It's the 370Z Nismo style. That's not what they call it. It's like 365 mag or 357 mag maybe. I don't know. It's something like that, but that's what they call it. But it's basically, it looks like a 370Z Nismo rear bumper, but it's for 350Z. And so that's the next video, unboxing this and hopefully fitting it up. I mean, I'm going to attempt to fit it. If it fits is another question. I'm hoping this one goes better than that V-Crest bumper that I had that, I had 3 failed ones in a row. And I gave up on that. 3 strikes and you're out. I mean, what else can I tell you? So that's the next video coming up for your viewing pleasure. And in the meantime, before you click off here, this handsome fella, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. You could subscribe down here. Give me a good old like, comment. Hit me up on my socials. They're down in the description. And after you do all that stuff, don't forget to also hit the bell, so that way you know when this idiot drops a new video trying to entertain your ass. Hit the bell, damn it. But after you do all that crap, don't forget, drive fast, take chances.